So,
Hello, welcome to today's video. I'm back after a few days of not posting, but today we're doing a little giveaway and a Q&A. I posted on Instagram for you guys to ask me questions, and you guys sent me a lot, so might be a long video, but stick around because we are doing a giveaway at the end. So for those of you that are new here, my name is Dylan, Fluttering Dylan on all social medias, and I'm all about just living intentionally, living happy, a nice and peaceful life, just doing what's best for me in order to reach my highest self. I don't know what that was. Ignore it. That was kind of corny. Anyways, let's get right into these questions. So the first question is, what is my favorite album at the moment? And I want to say it's SOS by SZA. I don't know, like just lately I've had Shirt on repeat because I don't know, I just love the intro. Just like do you hear that? Like, I don't know, if I could have a 10-hour instrumental of that, I'd pay top money for it, top dollars. But I've had that on repeat, and then obviously my Beyonce is always on repeat, Renaissance, Cowboy Carter, but right now it's SOS. What are my top 3 favorite movies? I actually watched one of them last night, and it was The Notebook, a little movie night, and then Everything Everywhere All at Once. I just love the whole message of like nothing matters. And I kid you not, the first time that I went to watch it, I was so excited, just like with the whole concept of the multiverse. And I remember going with my now ex, and I'm over there sobbing, like watching it. Like I started bawling at the rock scene, and I like turn over and my ex is like knocked out, and I'm like, bruh. But anyways, that's one of my favorite movies. And then when we broke up, I went to see it alone, and I cried just as much. After. What are things to do when feeling anxious or sad? Sad emoji. Some things that I do when I'm feeling anxious or sad. I go to the gym. Like, I know it's such a basic thing to do, but like going to the gym, sweating it out, working it out, I just feel like I'm transforming that energy into something useful that then fuels my body and my desires. Because right now my desire is to get stronger. So that's what I do when I'm feeling sad, because I also just listen to music and drive around, if I'm being honest. What's something or some things you've learned or grown from this year now that it's almost over? What did I learn this year? Be wise with your money. Oh no, the amount of money I've spent this year is horrid. And I'm out of a job, so like how am I going to get through the holiday season? But something that I've learned this year is to be wise with my money. Cause your boy is low-key broke. Okay, which of the countries you visited was your favorite and why? Y'all already know this answer, and that answer is Rome. I love, love, love Rome. Like, I went to Greece this year. I went to Poland. I think I went to London. No, I did not. Oh, that was last year. But Rome, I always go back to Rome. Like, I'm Mexican, and I've gone to Mexico like twice or 3 times, but I keep going back to Rome. I love Rome. And I love Rome just because, like, I eat over there and I have no GI issues, and I just love the nightlife, just like the sense of community from like tourists, because I was a tourist there, and just like you meet so many people from all walks of life, and like you're all just trying to get through the city and figure it out, and I just loved it. I loved it. I miss all my friends in Italy. What made you want to pursue YouTube? I've wanted to pursue YouTube for the longest time. I have a little like 5th grade diary or whatever that we had to like free write in. And I remember always writing about wanting to become a YouTuber. Like, I've always wanted to do this. And I started my YouTube channel 4 years ago. And mainly it was just like little high school vlogs. A lot of them are private now. but I've always wanted to do it. And I'm so happy whenever I am doing it because it's like, I'm healing my inner child. Where do you see yourself being in 5 years? Married. I'm just kidding. I see myself not living here, that's for sure. And if I'm still living here, there's nothing bad with it, but I'd rather be on my own, living independently. But I also see myself being more evolved in the sense that I will be procrastinating less and just like focusing more on my passions. Like, that's my long term goal. I want to be able to live a life where I can be able to pursue my passions on a daily because I'm not the one to want to work a 9 to 5 for 20 years. Like, that's just not me. And I know we all say that, but it's like, truly, I'm not working no 9 to 5. I like my days off and being able to do what I want to do. But okay, the next question, have you ever struggled financially and how did you overcome it? I'm struggling financially right now, but I like to live in an abundance mindset, and that's what I tell everyone, like my family and friends. Like, the money always somehow comes back. Like, I've spent a bunch on my travels, and the money always came back for more. I will admit right now I'm out of a job, so like it's kind of looking like the cards are stacked against me. But I know, like, God got me. What was the hardest lesson you had to learn and accept, and what did you learn? Honestly, I would say the hardest lesson was it's okay to like back out of things. Because I remember when I used to nanny and I had like signed up for working for them, like I extended my contract. And then I remember like shit started to hit the fan and I was like, actually, I don't want to continue working. And like it was so hard for me to like back out. Like I was like, maybe I'll just put up with it for a few more months. Like it's whatever. Maybe we'll overcome it. But then it got to a point where I'm like, no, I need to back out. Like I don't care if it hurts people. I'm done. So I feel like that was one of the hardest lessons I had to learn. Like it's okay to back out of things and to say no if it's for your own health. Like you got to prioritize yourself because first of all, if you stay, that becomes your issue. But the other people's issue, if you leave, their only issue is you leaving. That was supposed to sound deep, but basically, what I'm trying to say, like, it's not your job to fix someone else's issue, even though you kind of created the issue. You get, you get what I'm trying to say? I don't know how to word it, but that was like something that I had to learn because I was such a yes man. And once I signed up for something, I'm like, I gotta follow through with it, even if it's like something draining or something I really don't want to do. Another lesson I've learned is stop saying yes to things you want to say no to. And if you say yes to something, like don't complain about saying yes. Like, don't tell your boss you're gonna work Monday when you have Mondays off and then complain about it. Like, stand on business and say no, like, no. If you could change the way you did things a couple years ago, what would you change? If I could change what I did a few years ago, what would I change? I would take school more seriously instead of gravitating towards those like short term satisfactions. Like, I could have been an academic weapon, but instead I was like, let's binge Grey's Anatomy. Let's do this instead. Let's smoke. Like, no. I really wish I focused more on school, but hey, everything happens for a reason, and I'm pretty happy with how life turned out for me. Because I didn't go to a big school, but I instead got to travel for a good minute. What do you wish more people knew about you that they don't? Huh. What do I wish more people knew about me that they don't? Girl, you're getting deep here with these questions. What do I wish more people knew about me that they don't? I wish more people knew that, like, I have such an innocent mindset in the sense that I am always going to gravitate towards, like, searching for the best in people. Like, I had a conversation the other day with one of my friends, and I was telling them about the whole situation about me quitting my job, and they told me that like if someone has an issue with you, Dylan, like it's truly all about them because I'm like such a pacifist. I think that's the word. Like I'm always about peaceful, just like making sure the environment around me is healthy. So if someone like doesn't like me, like it's not about me, it's about them because I like to find solutions. Like they pointed out how even though like these friends did me super dirty, and like ruined something for me, like a past issue, he pointed out how like despite them doing me so dirty, at the end of the day, I still made sure that they were safe and sound and just like that the situation was resolved before everyone went their like own everyone went their own ways. And I just wish more people knew that like it's not in me to hurt people. Like even if they do me dirty, like, I will always believe everyone has good in them. Does that make sense? What's something that bothers you or hurts you? Negative people. Like people that are always bringing themselves down or bringing others down. Like, ew, that's not at all what I need around me. That's like the only kind of people I've ever had issues with is people that tend to try to bring me or others down or just like a whole situation down. Like, stop being a negative Nancy. Like, just shut up. It's never that deep. Like, try to be happy. I know, like, that's not the right thing to say, but like, truly, like, stop bringing other people down because I don't know. I'm gonna just shut up. Like, I just hate the whole victim mentality, is what I'm trying to say. And I know it's really rough for some people, but like, that's just something I hate in a lot of people. What are my future kid names? Um, I like. I don't know. I don't know. How about instead of future kid names, I tell you guys how many kids I would want? I feel like I'd be okay with one kid. I used to want a lot, but in all honesty, I'd rather give all my attention to one kid and just like make sure they have the best life possible. And I would be like the most supportive friend. Like, oh, you want to go to like the trampoline park with your friends? I'm driving y'all. Y'all want to get ice cream tonight? I'm driving y'all. My kids are going to be so close to their cousins and everything. Like, I'm just going to be able to provide the best childhood experience, is what I'm trying to say. And I guess for like future kid names, I'll just say like one for a boy, one for a girl. I know it's so basic, but I really like Nevea. Like, I love that name. And for a boy, I like Hermes. Actually, no, because that's so tacky. Naming a kid after, but it's not even for the brand that I'm naming him after. I would say a Polo, and then he can go by Polo. What do I look for in a partner? Confidence. I don't care what you look like. I am so into guys that are super duper confident. Like, in a way, like, they're cocky, but never towards me, like always towards other people. I know it's sick, but I like those cocky guys. I don't know. But not like overly like ill cocky, just like a nice cocky. What is Dylan up to now and when is his next adventure? I have no adventures planned. I had so many for next year, but I unexpectedly quit my job. Like, that's what's on my mind all the time. I'm like, I can't travel because I don't have a steady income. But I did want to go back to Italy, but I wanted to go back with family. Like, I already did the whole au pair, the study, and living there alone like 3 different times. I want to go again, but I want it to feel new. And the only way I feel like I can make it feel new is if I bring my family along, or if my family came along, and I was able to show them like what I loved. Like, I feel like I would love to do that. But yeah, no new adventures as of right now. We'll see. What were some cultural shocks that you experienced in Italy? What did you like and dislike? I'm gonna start by saying I hated that everybody smoked cigarettes. And it was like, I would be out with friends and they'd be like smoking and they'd blow it in your face. And I hated that. Like, ugh, I love my friends, but I hated when they would smoke the blow in your face. And like everyone did it. And I'm like, bruh. So I'd get home and I'd literally reek like cigarettes, even though I don't smoke anymore. Or I don't think I've ever smoked cigarettes. And I just hate that like yucky feeling. Like, ew. To each their own though. If you smoke, whatever. Kudos to you. What did I like? I loved the food and I just loved how nice everyone is, like how accepting most people were. Like I just loved that from Italy. Like I don't know, I love the architecture, the food, the people. I loved it all. Um, what horror movie do you think you could survive, outsmart, and why? I feel like, huh. I feel like I could outsmart and like survive the Scream movies. Cause one, I never answer my phone. My phone is always on do not disturb or like detox or whatever. I don't know if you can see it. And we got cameras, so I always check the cameras to see who's at the door, who's at the window. So I feel like I could survive outsmart that because I feel like I could home alone the house, you know? Why did you quit your job? I quit my job because I just felt not valued or respected by my lead teacher. Like I was the assistant. And it just got to a point where it was ridiculous. Like we would argue over the dumbest stuff. And I'd be like, dude, it's just a different color cut sheet. Like it would be the smallest things we would argue about that it got to a point where I'm like, I don't want to deal with this dumb stuff. Like no amount of money is going to make me stay in an environment where I'm being belittled because I'm not done with college yet, because the other person has more experience than me. Like, okay, go get someone with more experience or whatever if you're going to complain. Like, it was just like such a toxic environment. And before I quit, I made sure to tell the person, I'm like, I'm quitting because of you. Like first it was worded as like, oh, health issues, like working is so much stress for me. And the person was like, oh, it's the kids, right? Like maybe just take time off, maybe just go to part-time. And I'm telling them like, I don't know. And I'm very like, I don't want to cause unnecessary drama. And it's like this person was like, no, Dylan, like don't quit, like we want you to stay. The last day comes around and I felt so shitty because I was like, I don't want this person to never see me again and think we were like cool. Because like we would argue, but then they'd pretend everything was fine. Despite me telling them like, I don't like the way you talk to me or other people. And they'd always be like, that's just how I am. And I was hired to do my job, so deal with it. And so on the last day, like I said it all. I was like, you're rude, you're disrespectful, you don't value people. And it got a little messy what I said, but I did not care because if me getting that 1 second of being messy made you uncomfortable, then I want you to feel what I felt the last 8 months. Like, big F you. I don't care if that sounds messy. That person was causing me a lot of stress. That's just what I'm gonna leave it at. Like I quit my job because I'm not gonna put up with disrespectful energy. Like I don't care if I like adore my job or I adore my boss and my coworkers, but like nothing was being done about the situation or about the person. And I low key thought like, oh, if I show my boss like, oh, I'm gonna leave if nothing gets done, then like, you gotta take on that situation, and they just never did. I love my boss and everything, but that's why I left. That's why I quit my job. My biggest motivator for YouTube, my biggest motivator for my YouTube channel to, even though, I don't know how this is worded, my biggest motivator for YouTube channel even though you had to overcome flops and failures. Okay. Um, I would say my biggest motivator with YouTube, despite like, I guess like my failures in the past, is like when you guys message me. Like I love when I post something and I'll post it on my Insta story and you guys slide up and you're like, "Oh, I love this video. Like keep going." Like I love those words of encouragement and they make me so so happy. Like I've received a good handful of them and I just like I always remember them and the person and I'm like, "Oh, you're too sweet. You're too sweet." What would you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10? I don't mean to sound cocky, but I would say looks wise, I'm an 8. Like I don't have an aesthetic build, but I feel like I got a nice smile and I feel like a smile can say a lot about you, and I think my smile says a lot of positive things about me, so I would say I'm an 8. I feel like rating myself on a like maturity or like mindset level, I would say a 7. Only because I have like a little obstacle, which is like procrastination. And I feel like that's my most unattractive quality because I say I want to get things done, but I just don't. Like, I will procrastinate like crazy. And that's what makes me feel so like, ew, Dylan. But I'm working on it. Soon we're going to be a 10 there. How do you work through college burnout? I don't. I just give in. I'm like 2 weeks behind on schoolwork. And I used to try to like post like, oh, study with me content. And I remember I went to a party one day and my this one old friend group, like we saw each other at the party. And they're like, oh, how have you been? We were watching your video the other day of your study with me. And then they saw how I like posted that I like failed out of college. And I'm like, yeah, don't take study advice from me because I failed out of college once. I took a little break after that. And right now it's like my little bounce back era, but it got a little rough. But it got rough only because I like stressed out about quitting my job. But after I'm done recording this, I'm gonna be on my study grind today. Now, the last question before I get to it, I did want to say what the giveaway rules are. I'm gonna do like the little spinny thing, and in order to like enter the spinny thing, I want you guys to do these 4 things. 1, be subscribed to the channel. 2, you have to be following me on Instagram. 3, I want you to comment down below your favorite quality about yourself. Like it could be your sense of humor, your eyes, your hair, like anything about you. And 4, I want you to take 3 screenshots, one of being subscribed to the channel, one of following me on Instagram, and one of your prompt down below. And I want you to send those to me via Instagram, like DM me the proof, and then I'll enter your name in the little giveaway thing. And I'm gonna be giving away $30 in Amazon credit. I'll reach out to whoever the winner is next Friday. And I'll also announce the winner on that Friday, November 22nd. Yep, Friday, November 22nd. So the giveaway is open from when this video is posted, today, November 13th. And it'll close November 20th. So y'all got 7 days to do that. Anyways, the last question is, what are your current goals? I would say my current goals are to reach 122 pounds. I went to the doctor's yesterday and I weigh 120. We're up 3 pounds. I just need 2 more. Another goal is to be drinking my water daily. Y'all know that. And then, ooh, I didn't know it was open. And then my third goal is I want to reach 400 subscribers by the end of November. We got to see if we'll reach it because it's already November 13th. And this is my first video of November, so fingers crossed we somehow get to 400 by a miracle or something. But I really hope you guys like today's video. Do the giveaway stuff. Remember, subscribe to the channel, following me on Instagram, comment down below your favorite trait about you, like your favorite characteristic or whatever, and send me proof of all of those things on my Insta DMs at flutteringdylan. So once again, thanks again for watching. I will see you guys very, very soon. Good luck to those of you that do the giveaway, and I will see you very, very soon. I think I already said that. Adios, adios, goodbye, goodbye. Ciao, ciao.